In this quick video guide, I want to show you a website where you can get a lot of 3D assets that you can use in Samsung's 3D Painter, but also in other 3D software. So I can access this website directly from Adobe Substance 3D Painter by clicking on this button here on the left toolbar, which is called Substance 3D Community Assets. So if I click there, I'm going to jump directly into the website. Otherwise, another option is to just search it in Google. So just type here Adobe Substance Community Assets, press enter, and then click on the first link or on the second. So these are all to access the same source, which is the 3D assets. Now, be careful because this one here is actually from Adobe Stock and Marketplace, and we are looking to something different actually, which is going to be the community asset. So it's let's go in this link right here. So don't mistake this, they're pretty similar, but these are from users that just upload their work in this website, and you can use them again in Substance or also other software. If we scroll down, we can see all the different assets that have been uploaded, like 3D models or materials or smart materials that can be only used in Substance, for example. And here on the left side, we have all the categories, and we can see the various things that we can download. Up here, you have the search. If you want to search for something specific, for example, dragon, you can see here I have some specific assets, and that's it. It's really simple website. So materials, you can use them in Substance Painter, of course, but also in other software. So if I select this type of material, let's select one, for example, let's say this one here. Now this one here, you can see that it's a this is the author, and then we have here the download button, and we have the format right here, which is SBSAR. Now this means that can be used in Substance, is a base material, but you can also use it with other software like Unreal Engine, for example, or Blender or Twinmotion. You need to install a plugin or an add-on though, but you will find other video guides explaining this in the channel and in the playlist dedicated to Substance. Now let's go back. You can press the arrow here. You can just close the panel. And then you have smart materials. Now smart materials are only usable at this time in Substance software. So you can, these are like more advanced because they kind of create corrosion effects, and they are based on cavities and on ambient occlusion and curvature of the 3D object. So they're basically more advanced. So you can try here to download some of these. And if I click here and open, you can see this is SPSM. It's another format. So it's pretty distinguishable from the standard material. And also here we have a lot. And then we have also atlases. Again, just click on the resource and see the format. Now this will be SBSAR. And then we have decals. So we can definitely use those. And static models. Now this is the part where we can download the 3D models. Now, these are made by other users, so they're not always good, meaning that they're not always ready to be used in Substance Painter, but you can always fix them. Now, in this case, I want to show you this model right here, which is Dancer Costume. So you can click here and download again, and you'll find it in the download folder. So you can see I've already downloaded, and if I open the download folder, you can see all these things that I have downloaded, which are like smart materials, standard materials, and also 3D models. And that's it. So we have other information right here. The format, it's also important. We have FBX, GLB, and if you switch from this to this, it's probably going to switch the format. So you can try sometimes if some format doesn't work, you can try the other one. And that's it. So that's also a preview of how it's going to be composed. You can see it's made of a character, so we can try with character design a little bit here, and character digital painting, and also by clothes, so we can do a little bit of apparel and fashion design as well. So this is more or less what we find here. Then we have additional things that only can be used in Substance, like filters and generators and other stuff that, again, it's specific for Substance. But the 3D objects, you see there are FBX or OBJ, which means they can be, or GLB, which means they can be used anywhere. So it can be used in Blender, Unreal Engine, 3ds Max, wherever 3D software you're using. For the materials, again, you need to install add-ons, plugins. We already talked about that. Otherwise, we need to go in Substance and then re-export everything. Now, everything is explained slowly and carefully in the Substance 3D Painter course if you want to check it. I'm just going to go quick here. So first of all, we need to create a new file, and we need to select the file that we want to use. So these are the downloaded. So if I use dummy, for example, I can use this. And sometimes you want to use auto unwrap, sometimes not. For some models, this is necessary. You need to make sure that your UV mapping are looking good. So you use auto unwrap, and you can try here to generate only the missing data or just recompute all, depending on the situation. So let's just try to do auto unwrap and generate only the missing data. So that's going to be like a little bit faster. And you can see it's recalculating, which means that whoever created this model didn't think about the unwrapping, or some, there are some missing things in the unwrapping in the UV map. So if I go here and switch in 3D and 2D, now we can see the UV map is looking good. So I can paint, I can start to work here in Substance Painter. Now I'm going to choose another model, and I found this model to be really problematic. So I need to recompute all before I import it, which is the dancer costume. So if you want to use this one here, dancer costume, make sure you recalculate here in the auto unwrap options, you recalculate everything, because it's not going to work otherwise, or it's not going to work properly. So I've already done that. So I'm just going to open up the file that I've saved previously, and I'm going to use that simply. There you go, which I called unwrap example. You can see how Substance unwrap this, so I can paint nicely on that. And now I don't need to do that, so I'm going to go in 3D. Just want to use material. Now, to use the materials, we need to import them. Import, add resources, and then navigate into my download folder. And let's say I want to use Rockwell laser scales. And these are like standard materials. And these other are smart materials. So let's go for Soviet tank. Let's go for this other one here. I don't know what they are. And just import or open. You can see they're already recognized. If they're not recognized, you can say, okay, this is a base material. That's the smart material. That's the smart material. And so you can tell Substance what they are. And then just import. Now let's just playing around. But first, we need to bake, because if we want to use base materials, we need to bake. Otherwise, they won't work properly. Once we finish to bake, we can return to the painting mode. Now, you can see this is pretty fast. Now, this depends on how good is the 3D model and also how many polygons contains. If it doesn't contain too many polygons, well, it's going to be quicker, but it's not going to be like a low poly model. And there you go. So click on return to painting. Now we can already see some ambient occlusion and some more effect. We changed it already, the aspect of the model, and then we can start to play with this. I can like apply this scale iguana, and if it's too big, you probably want to adjust the tiling here to make it look good. So I'm trying to create a character here, and then this is a smart material. So now that I baked the various parts, now this is going to work better, which means that it's going to be like more corroded, more worn out on the more exposed part, and less it's going to be more dirt when you have the ambient occluded parts. So I'm just going to again play around with the different materials now that I have set up everything here, and that's it. So this is how you can import and use these different 3D models and materials in Substance. So this will be all for this guide. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel and stay updated. If you want to know more, you can see a complete um, 3D Substance video course in the channel. And that's it. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Subscribe to stay updated. Join if you want to support us and thank us.